everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in on Free and Feminine right here on AI TV. Now, speaking of AI TV, guys, make sure to share and subscribe. Now, I hope that you guys have had a wonderful and blessed week. Now, speaking of wonderful and highly blessed and amazing, I have my very beautiful and gorgeous co-hosts right here. Ladies, you want to introduce yourselves?
Hey, my name is Lana. I hope you all have enjoyed your summer. I hope you guys have, turned up. It's the last week of the summer, so you'll turn all the way up because school is starting. Yeah, and I'm ready for the show.
Hi, my name is Sonia. I'm happy to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed the topic today. And
Now, starting off the show, today's topic is: should we express all of our feelings, or should we keep the bad feelings inside? Now, ladies, what do you guys feel about this topic today?
I think, honestly speaking, there are some feelings that you need to let out in certain situations, but I feel like the bad feelings, I feel like they should be let in. Like you shouldn't tell them to like everybody.
Okay.
You know?
All right. I mean, I feel like it's very important to express your feelings. It's very important because it allows the other person to get to know how you feel, get to know you or understand how to better, should I say better know you, or to understand.
Like to get closer to the person.
Yeah. So I feel like it's very important to express your feelings at most of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not everyone that finds it very easy to express their feelings. It's very hard for some. It's very easy for some. Like someone would just be like, okay, I can say this 1, 2, 3, but other people have a struggle with expressing themselves. And speaking of that, I'm going to start off with the man. I'm sorry, I'm starting off with you guys, but there is a stereotype that men find it very hard expressing their feelings. What do you guys have to say about this?
Oh yeah.
100% I do agree. I feel like they expect us to figure it out half the time, which we can't comprehend on what they're trying to tell us, and it's annoying. So I feel like they should be a little bit more open to tell us what exactly, because we're not geniuses. We can't figure it out.
Yeah. I feel like society like tells these men not to open up, bottle up the feelings. For example, if let's say a man and a woman are having fights in public, people expect the man to like not yell, not do anything, because if you yell, you're a bad guy. They expect the female is the one to yell and the guy has to be quiet. So I feel like in the society, I would say our men, the black men, not about the ones, to actually bottle up the feelings inside. Whereas I feel like some men, I feel like men do say their feelings, but they say it to a special person.
Yeah.
You know, like a best friend who's maybe a female or a guy, their wife, their girlfriend, their whatever situationship.
Yeah.
They say it, but I feel like, yes, I don't know why men have that keeping the feelings inside, but you actually don't blame them, because society, community, and wherever, like, be put in a box.
Yeah, and it's also like, I believe that men kind of like look at how they are with the person that they're expressing their feelings to, and be like, oh, I can trust this woman or man. Sometimes like they have best friends and stuff, like who they're saying their feelings to. I believe that they have that a lot, like who they can trust and be like, oh, I can be open to this person. This person is not going to judge me. This person is not going to do this and that. Like they can easily open up to you and talk to you. And sometimes like men find it, I don't know, like most of the time it's not even just their wives. Like they can, like you said, sometimes like they have a female best friend, and sometimes women, we do not like that. They would to be a gala.
When you're in a relationship,
and then like you have that female best friend that you call your female best friend.
Have you noticed that sometimes comfortability matters?
Yeah.
There's something, I don't know about other people's relationship, but you can have a relationship where like you are close to your person, but there's certain things that you just can't talk about because they don't give you that space to talk about it with them comfortably.
Yeah.
So if you have a female best friend or a guy best friend, go ahead and talk.
Yeah, that is very true. Like, just have like that person that you can trust and be like, okay, I can talk to this person. I can trust this person. Like, first sees like their personality, how they are. Now you get a new, not how you get a new. Like, and I believe also nabakazi, we also like look at who we're talking to and who we're not gonna tell our business to, because like, you know, a lot of things happen. And also speaking of still on that topic of men, there is this that I don't know if I mean I used to believe it, but as time went by, whereby they say that men, it's very hard for men to express their feelings simply because they don't want to be seen as weak or something, which is like emotional perfectionism, that a person does not want to be seen vulnerable or weak or something like that. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I feel like guys already have this ego up.
Yeah.
I gotta be strong. I can't. That's why when you see a man cry, I don't know about other females, but they tell us if you see a man cry in front of you, that the dude loves you. It's a lie. But I'm just saying. And
a man can be there cry. Yeah, a man can cry and be telling you a lie.
What? I feel like no, guys. I literally feel if a man cries in front of you, he's showing you his vulnerable side. He's showing you like, yeah, I'm I'm like here, you know. I'm
to refuse the will of God. Can't believe this. But I feel like with that expressing feelings, yes, they do become vulnerable to the person. It's even females. Like if you open up to somebody, you're trusting this person with your secrets. You're kind of close to this person a little bit, you know. That's why people are like, oh, you hurt me, you betrayed me, because that person trusted you and was very vulnerable to actually open up.
Yeah, that is very true. And also like a person who had, I don't know if like ego is the right word to say, or pride, that abatagala kumula gampo chino chinumyenyo, or like that person always wants to be strong and be like the silaga bantumpo chino chinyiza obachiri, but at the end of the day chibachikunyiza chibachikulumye. And sometimes like you need to express that to a person and be like, hey, omani chino ne chino chanumye, so you can find a better way to because
but I get it, right? But I feel like a lot of people, like, you can do that.
Yeah.
Now, if me and you are having an argument, right?
Yeah.
And onyizizanyo, right? I can get angry at you. Now, if I get angry and it's like a whole public setting, oh yo, like ayombanyo, she's too outspoken, she's always arguing, she's always this and this. So I don't blame when people are like, I'm angry, I just want to go home, or I just want to sleep, I want to leave this environment.
Okay, but then like, do you, like after all of that, like, do you find like a specific time to be like talking to this person and be like, hey, this is how I feel? Because I feel like with that, always just bottling in stuff, be like, oh, on the news is I'm gonna keep it in, on the news is I'm gonna keep it in, and then those feelings keep on adding and adding and adding up. So don't you feel like it's very important to go out there and speak? Like, you don't have to be like talking to a person like in like a public setting or whatever, because like sometimes it's like the person that you know, like your best friend, like like all the time, like, or you're gonna naye omugamba 1 2 3 3, but sometimes babakunizizanga tosobola chogera and you feel like aja kukola that choyogeddeko. I feel like it's very important that often like sometime nomugamba, hey, omanyi chinachi chankoseza, like it really hurt me, obachi.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying, like it's very important that to express that.
It's I mean I also it's how you say it.
Yeah.
You know. There are two ways or different ways where someone can actually get it all wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how you say it is this, like, if it's into like Chinyas is that right? I'm angry and I want to talk to you. I'm not gonna bust it out at you.
Yeah.
You know, we sit down. In that moment, yes, you're angry. First, walk away, and then we can come back and talk.
Yeah.
Or there's another situation where like someone just doesn't want to talk right now, but in 2 days they'll talk. Which that one I really don't agree with, because I feel like talking is the way to go in a friendship, relationship, whatever it is, family, whatever. Yeah,
and that is what was the next topic I was going to talk about, the spontaneity. Like, when do you think is like the right time to express what you're feeling to the person, whether it's like your best friend or your parents or whoever that made you angry? Or so like is it very important to find like a specific time to talk to that person, you believe?
Personally, I feel like it's not okay, if the person is mad at you, yes, I get it, give them space, but how long are you gonna wait? I feel like, okay, if we hanged out today and you get angry, I'll give you a whole day to figure out and let me summon up what happened or what the problem was. Then I will communicate with you and be like, hey, maybe this not be the right time for you to talk, but I'm going to say you my side of the story and I'm sorry. It depends. It's your responsibility. It's your side to say if you want to accept my apology or, you know, cut it as a friend or whoever that we are as a relationship wise. So
I mean, for me, what you said, it's very important to find a time. There's a time and place for everything, I believe. There's a time, and it's very important to know when and where to say it. Like, if omuntu akunyiziza obanga kozechi, like, are you gonna go, like, if the person's having like a birthday, let me say, and be like, on your birthday, wanyiziza wangambia bichi like together. Sometimes tomanya like oyo muntu chinzo mala kemirembe,
right,
like things like that. So it's very important, I believe,
the right time and place.
And how you also say it. Like, some people out of anger they are very already be bottling up now again and again sanyu one cause me and did not even think where or when, just as in kugamba sanyu you did this and that. So like, it's very important to how you communicate to a person, especially if it's bad feelings that you're expressing. It is very, very much important, because those bad feelings can turn into I mean, they can stay in, but sometimes like they can save you a whole lot, like when you communicate to the person, because at the end of the day, the person doesn't know what you think.
And that brings us to
mind reading.
Yep. I this topic is, I don't even know, like, I feel like we live in a generation or society where people get mad at you because they think you've actually read their mind. Now, if I've done something, come to me, text me, call me, and then we talk about it. But don't just go and say like, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore because this and this. We find each other, pass by each other. Nobody knows how you feel.
Exactly.
You know, so like that, expressing the feeling, a lot of people do that, mind reading, and then they get mad because you didn't, because you didn't ask why I was mad.
Or you didn't understand why I did that. Like, nobody's going to know.
No one's going to know your body language.
Exactly. Like, even if like you guys have been married for like 10-15 years, mugambe. Like, you don't like, no, honestly, if they're like, all of a sudden I didn't cook, so you didn't get that. I didn't cook. Like, people like can't read your mind. Like, mugamba. And also how you say it. Like, we're going back to that topic. Like, how you're going to say it. Like, if you have a problem with a person, obviously you do, because you're trying to solve that. So to say again, which brings that back to keep calm and know when to say it and where to say it, because ojagenda ngonyize ngabe never know bottling up, and you end up like, it will cost you. It can cost you friendships and relationships and whatever. So it's very important to go there and know how you're going to say. Like, for an example, like communication is key. is very much key to everything.
In everything.
Yeah, even if like you're talking to your best friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, even your parents, it's very important how you speak to each other, because if you're angry and then you know you're angry, like you just keep calm. I mean, for me, that's what I believe. You keep calm and you find time to go speak to that person. No mugamba, hey, this is how I feel. And siko muteka konyo so much the blame to making a feeling so down.
But I'm glad you said parents, because there are certain, even not only even African parents, even the white
African
parents
are very difficult
Caribbean
to talk
parents.
to.
Yeah. But the thing is, they don't know how to express. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying some of them don't know how to express themselves.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen some in public where they just come and just like they're on the kid. Like, you shouldn't do that, because that's their esteem is already now going down.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's very important also, like how parents also African parents, even to say sorry. I got my or something. That's how they apologize. I believe. Like I can't try like they try to be nice. Like you kind of get used to it at some point. Like I apologize, but it's very important to for the kids and parents as well. Like how you communicate with the kids. Like just have your kids be able to tell you how they feel. Like just to have that kind of relationship is very open. Kuanga neabakula chibayamba.
Right.
Yeah, because like I was not able to talk to my dad like this. It's okay for me to keep my feelings inside. I'm not allowed to do that. And which is also brings me to another topic, like in society, on how, especially as black women, I know we're talking about this, how black women are disrespected. Yeah. We're kind of forced to like always keep our feelings inside.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
Well, number one is true that we're the most disrespected creature on this earth.
Exactly.
We protect everybody, but some people don't protect us. But anyway,
who hurt you?
So I feel like, for example, like Black Americans.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Black Americans, like you know. But like, if you actually sit down and talk to them, that's how they really talk. Right? Now, expressing their feelings is another way of like. That's how they talk. Like they come at you, they'll come at you hard. Yeah. Right? Now a person, if you actually don't know them, you'll be like, that person, they don't even have manners, this and this and this. But it's not even only Black Americans, Africans, because we have this thing of standing up. Somehow we always fight to stand up for what we believe in everywhere we go. Yeah. You know, if we feel attacked, we have to stand up. I feel attacked. They say something about my hair. You feel me? Yeah. But we try like just support ourselves, and in that supporting ourselves, expressing our feelings, people take it the wrong way. You shouldn't have said that. You are too loud. You are disrespectful. You know. Yeah. So in that, I feel like some Black women, or like more of a percentage, they want to keep all their feelings in because they don't want to be like judged or like, taken like the wrong way out of context.
Yeah, that is very true, and I believe that also the self-esteem is very, very much important, because, like, I personally, I'm gonna talk about this. I personally, like, in the society, be like, hey, I needed to go see a therapist, and I had a family friend who was visiting my mom, and then she's like, I'm like, oh, I'm going for my. I was like, I was leaving to go to therapy and whatever, and then she's like, why should we know because you're not white? Yeah. So we're like, in our society, it's very. I believe that they don't believe in those things. Like, I don't know if it's the right way to say it. That
See, that's the whole African mentality. If you have something wrong with you, they don't want you to go get help. Yeah. They want you to figure it out yourself and expect you to do your best. And sometimes it's not the case. You need help. And you telling either your parents or your friends, like, hey, I need help, they're just going to think, oh, you're just joking. You're not you know, they're not taking it really serious.
Yeah,
but also you don't okay. With our parents, they grew up. Some of them grow up more. 7 kids plus and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you grow up with 7 kids plus, they always say like, whatever happens in the family, whatever happens in your life, stick it within. Now, they're trying to like adapt to this new generation where there's therapists. You can tell your therapist, pastor, youth leader. So when a person comes, when a child or a female or male comes in and is like, hey, like, I'm going to go to a therapist to this, they're going to be like, no, because they believe in, if you tell anyone that, they're going to say your business out. So I actually don't blame them.
Yeah.
I always say if you have a problem, take it to God.
Exactly.
You know, if God, you see like He's giving you answers and everything,
and He's guiding you to the therapist.
Yeah. That's why actually people forget that people ask for God for a sign.
Yeah.
But God gives us people in our lives to actually guide us or be there for us, or even we have to talk to them.
Yeah.
But I think people just want God, like I'm seeing God, so that's a sign.
Yeah.
You know. So
like the sign, go see a therapist.
It's
like I'm telling you, go here. But honestly, yeah, that is very important, and especially in our culture, I personally want it to be like, for our younger, because I like you said, I do not blame our parents at all because of the way they were brought up. They were brought up different, and especially like in the world that we're in, we we're exposed to this thing that, like you said, your list. You can go see a therapist. You can go see your pastor. You can go see a
relationship advisor, financial advisor.
We can go on for days.
Yeah, like we all have these people, something that they did not have. So sometimes I do not blame. I do not blame them with that, but it's very important for our parents to how we speak with our parents, that this is something that I believe they should learn as over time and accept, because at some point it's very important for, because like, you know, our parents, I'm not gonna speak of that, like most of our parents, like just again I know mugamba, 1 2 3 is happening to me, like sometimes like you have somebody else you can trust, especially God. So sometimes like it's not that easy to go and speak to our parents. So sometimes like we find other people who we can trust and talk to. So that is very important.
And don't blame those other people too, because like I told you, what we are raised, I'm speaking as a Ugandan person, we are raised to just keep stuff in, you know, and some other people are raised to actually speak stuff out, you know. So I feel like everyone is a win-win. If that's how you feel and everything, go do you.
Yeah, and especially also in relationships, communication and talking about how you feel is very much important. Okay, like the relationship at the end of the day, even if like you have like somebody that you're thinking about, I can go talk to Lana about me and my boyfriend, whatever. I can go talk to Sanyu about my boyfriend or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just the two of you. And sometimes like like things are going good in your relationship. So sometimes like wabelawo that or today you're afraid. Ogamba, na ewa mugamba ono chino ne chino. Is it going to make or break our relationship? Sometimes I would like to say most of us women, it's very hard to let go. So gamba,
with the person that you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. When now you get an 1 2 3 one deka wagenda.
Yeah, and then they're gonna say it to the next person.
Yeah. So like you find somebody else to trust. So I believe that is very also important to talk about, like in your relationship, how you communicate, and try not to blame the person. Like how you go and say like, oh, I mean, for me the best way, like I've just practiced this as time went by, even like with my siblings, my friends. Like like sometimes I struggle with talking about my feelings, or whether it's good or bad. Like I just have this thing of speaking up. But whenever I do, especially when I'm angry, Ba saga ko blaming other person can be what cause like this is you but now so that we can so that me expressing my feelings doesn't turn on to an argument.
But like that's a very good point, because when a lot of us, when we try to express our feelings, the blame has to go on somebody.
Yeah.
Somehow it's either has to be you did this, but the person is not thinking that also they were doing the same thing.
Yeah, but
you're doing that's how like both of those people are conflicting.
Yeah.
You know? So that's like a very good point. Like when you're coming at like somebody,
yeah,
you need to like kinda like number one, know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
Right? Two, know how to as you say, time and place, right? Number three, when you're trying to discuss a conflict that happened, right?
Yeah.
Don't try to like put the blame on that person. You also kind of take the blame too, but I feel like just figure out the whole situation.
Yeah.
As you're not blaming somebody, so that's a very good point.
Yeah, like how you speak to your partner, and also like with that blaming and that conflict, like there's a way that you can talk to a person. Mugamba, like instead of a mugamba mpo going to one conversation on a chino, like you can be like, hey, you did like you hurt me here and here and here and here. This is how you make me feel. Mm-hmm. I feel like that way, like you got like I'm feeling about much better that about therapy like you're putting, because like I believe when you're in a relationship, if you're having an argument, you're not fighting each other, you're fighting the problem, trying to solve the problem, so that you guys can be much better.
Right.
Yeah, so I believe that it's very important, like how you communicate to your partner. So yeah,
your friends, your family.
Yeah, but especially when you're angry, because sometimes like a lot of people say crazy things when they're angry. So how you talk to the person is very, very much important. Now, do you have anything that you want to add on to the show?
Yeah, things that you can try to figure out. I mean, you know, when people are like nervous to tell you something,
yeah,
and they kind of like just look at you and you're just like, I have something to say to you, it can't come out. One of my tips that I do, if I can't speak to you verbally, I feel more better talking on the phone and telling you what's on my mind, because me looking at you, you're making me nervous.
Yeah,
so that's also another thing. Or send a text. Yeah, you're looking at me in my soul, in my eyes, like whatever I did to you, either I'm hurting you or you're making me feel a certain way that I shouldn't like tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's also another thing, and like you guys always say, just pray about it. You know,
talk to God.
Yeah. That's the only person that's going to
He'll guide you to the therapist. Because therapists, you know what I like about therapists, they go so almost suing, but you can't sue your parents or your friends.
You see, this is what I don't understand. People who go to therapists, I have tried it before. This was a long time ago, and I told my therapist everything. But tell me, I wasn't 18 enough to, you know, tell my therapist, hey, whatever I tell you, please don't tell my parents. But, you know, that guideline was just like, you know how your parents intimidate, like, you know, I want to know what's wrong with my, to know, like, you need to tell me so I can fix it. So your therapist just, okay, tell us whatever it is. If you're under 18. So now, when you're going home or out abruptly, when you said, they throw that back at you, and you're just like, okay, I don't want to go to my therapist no more. I thought she promised and she told me it was between me and you. Yeah. How are you going to go behind my back? 18. You know what I'm saying? I'm under 18.
I did
that
not
should
know
change.
About that.
You know? Like,
that's a new thing I didn't know either. I thought HIPAA, like everything goes under the HIPAA law, but I didn't know about that.
I didn't. That's why I even trusted the therapist, because
I told you trust God though.
Exactly.
But anyway, one last thing that I have to say is just everyone like try to express your feelings in the right way. I like that point that you say, like you're not arguing with a person when you're in a situation, you're arguing with a problem, so try to get each other's points, because at the end of the day you also probably are doing something wrong the person doesn't like. And also God, bro, just trust God. But I'm not saying, if you also do have like a best friend, like someone who's close and everything, try and actually also like kind of talk to them. You know,
have those good homies that you can that you can
You're
call
like,
at all the time.
At 3 a.m. you'd be like, yo, I got an issue. Like, let's go.
It's very important. It's just that I now I didn't know about therapists, because I used to trust them. Be like, oh, you're suing. Go and put it into Changewa, one neighbor. Now it seems like
but that's like when you're young. But I don't know. Like, I stopped going after a while because once they told me, I was just like, yeah, I felt uncomfortable. So I would go and be like, yeah, I'm great. You know, everything's great. Just keeping it in. You know, like, I don't trust you no more. You said you know, it's just us. Yeah. This is just us. This is our own space. Like, so now I found a new way to communicate with people, and if I have an issue, you know, I'll say something.
All right, now guys, that's it for today's show. You heard it from the very beautiful Sanyu and Lorna herself. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on AITV, and do not forget, share. Tell your friends, and your friends to share. We want this to go international. Now, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back next week. Have a blessed and wonderful week. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye. But not getting fucked.